guys, welcome back. If you are here again, you know you watching every single day. The Dior group, baby. The Dior group.
Yes, man. We're glad to be back in front of you guys. Every time we're back in front of you guys, we're grateful, we're thankful, and we come to you guys humbly as we know how, just to help people out who need help.
Yes.
Right? The goal is to make you a little bit better than we found you before. So to add a little value in your life, wherever it may help, whether we can help you in business, whether we can help in your relationships, whatever it may be, man. If we can help you, we want to try to add our little spice in there, put our little mix on it, put our little spin on it. We want to be ourselves. So for other people who may resonate with us, relate to us, it can help you guys out, man. That's our mission. That's our purpose.
And I would say, I don't know, maybe Adam will agree or disagree. He can jump in and tell you. I would say I think business as a whole is changing. I think the way people start businesses, the way people run businesses, the way people look who are running those businesses is changing every single day. And of course, if you didn't know, if you're watching these videos, this is Black History Month, and we will be spotlighting icons, African American icons, all month. And that's just to show guys what business is really turning into. When you get on this camera, we are us. Like today, I have on my little blanket because it's like 28 degrees outside and it's freezing, and the heat wasn't working good enough. But as a business owner, you wouldn't see this like 10 years ago. Like this would be like a no-no. You're too comfortable. This is not real business. I can't work with you. And look at us today.
We as human beings, we adapt to the changing times, right? No matter what happens, what adversity we face, we learn to overcome that adversity. Hence the spotlight of Black History Month, right? But yes, man, it's a great month, man. I love this time of the year because people who have struggled, fought hard, and really worked have blew up to certain levels. And again, modern business is changing. You can be in a studio with your blanket on. Back in the day, they want you to have on those 3-inch heels and how you feel about 3-inch heels and little dresses.
Actually, you will never catch me in 3-inch heels. No hate to anyone who wears them, but you will never catch me in them.
3-inch heels, but yeah, man, I'm definitely excited, man. I'm definitely excited. Who is spotlighting today?
Okay, so before we talk about who we're going to spotlight, I want to go ahead and let you know the person who we're going to be talking about is today so influential, and what he's talking about is being yourself. And I think we talk about authenticity is key all the time. Like you must be authentic for someone to be able to relate to you and for you to actually pop in an industry, whatever you may be working on. You have to be authentic. Nobody wants two of the same people. So we're spotlighting him today, and I think that's going to be huge. His name is
JayZ, man. JayZ.
I'm gonna say, who is JayZ?
JayZ, The Rock, man. The Rock. If you guys don't know who JayZ is, you must have been living under a rock for the past, 20, 30 years. But JayZ's been killing it, man. Not only did he become a rap icon in the industry and arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time, depending on who you ask. If you ask people from the South, maybe not. You ask people from the North, definitely so. But not only did he become a iconic person in that space, he also, like many great, moguls do, they transition on to other endeavors in their life. We went on to do clothing, and there's so much other stuff they went on to do. He married a beautiful woman named Beyonce, and I think their net worth is over like $1 billion. So whatever they're doing, it's working, and it's something that people should look at and try to duplicate to the best of their ability. But again, the highlight of this video, is pretty much all about, it's a mixture of JayZ and Will Smith. I'll say that, both of those guys. But the main message is this: be yourself. Like, be authentic, be you. You can't be anybody else. It takes so much energy and time to try to become somebody else. It's much easier just being yourself, doing what feels natural to you, following your heart, following your passion, your desires, right? Following your thoughts. Come on, man. Simple as that.
That's called being myself.
Yes, I love it. Let's jump into it, though.
So we're going to jump into it, guys. Again, we're going to be watching a JayZ video, this spotlighting Will Smith. Did we put Will Smith in it? Yep, that is featuring Will Smith. And we'll elaborate as we go on. But if you haven't been watching our videos, what we're going to do is watch a video, kind of talk about it, watch another little part, kind of talk about it, and so on. So, here we go.
I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not cowering. I'm not speaking soft. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud. And I speak for us. And that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms. And so, yes.
Yeah. So listen, man, he kind of said it in that short 20-second, clip. He walks in every boardroom as himself, and I'll tell you, that's what I try to embody each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I left corporate America. That's why I stopped going to school for accounting, because I graduated with an accounting degree. If you guys don't know, I was going to get my master's in accounting. But when I, walked into, one of my classes in corporate accounting, in my master's class for accounting, I wasn't received well. Right, I had earrings in my ear, the way I dressed, the way I spoke. I just didn't feel it. I just didn't feel I was in the right place at the right time, and that led me to say, you know what, Adam,
your
this may not.
Told you something.
My professor did tell me something. Anybody can take it in multiple different ways. The way I took it and the way I responded to it, like we talked about triggers, right? That was a trigger for me. I wrote a paper, and it was like 12 people in the class. I was the only black guy in the class. I wrote a paper, and I tried hard for the paper. I could have did better, maybe. I could have did better. It was decent. But the critique on it was this. It was like, it wasn't even on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so, he pulled me to the side of the class. Hey, Adam, look, man, your paper was okay. But you may want to, look into a different field of accounting. You may want to look into, I think they called it investigative accounting. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's more so like you go undercover and you do go to infiltrate companies and get into their finance and all that stuff. But he said, yeah, man, look at you, man. He didn't say you were black, but he kind of wanted to say you were black. You got earrings and the way you dress and all that. And I think I dress pretty fine.
You look good.
For my community, my coach, I think, and even other people say you dress well, right? So when I heard that, it was like, hey, Adam, look, you can't be here because if you go 20 years from now, you're walking in some of these corporate boardrooms and they're judging you based off your earrings and the way you dress and the way you speak. Like that's a recipe for disaster and failure. So that forced me to say, you know what? Accounting may not be for me. Let me find something else where I can, be more of myself in that role. Mm-hmm. And every position I ever had in any company has always been, can I be myself? Can I say what I want to say? And I learned that when I am myself and I do say what I want to say, I still get, the promotion or the raises or the next opportunity. So I learned, like JayZ said, I want to walk into the room and be myself. So other people like me who see me and say, look, I know I look like him. I speak like him. I can do exactly what he's doing.
I like that. And he knows from experience. Y'all know your girl, not today, but is the queen of crop tops. I need to brand that somewhere on myself. Queen of the crop tops. I love a crop top. And honestly, I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, summer's coming up. COVID took over last year. I'm going to be wearing crop tops all the time. So I probably actually would not be taken serious in a corporate environment because of how I dress. I wouldn't be. They wouldn't let me come to work no more.
I think old school corporate environment, no.
No.
Like old school corporate America, probably not.
They aren't letting me come in now. I mean, I probably
maybe some of these new corporations like Apple and Pandora and these futuristic companies, they'll take you right on in. Definitely. Times are changing.
Be you. And I want to, like you said, I want everybody to know, like, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working towards, if you're a business owner in corporate America, if you cannot be yourself, you don't need to be there. Mm-hmm. Like, period. You don't need to be there. City girl voice.
You shouldn't, man. Like, you shouldn't. Literally, don't let anybody put you inside of that box. Mm-mm. Like, if your passion, desires are oozing outside of that box and they're telling you, hey, man, you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't dress like this, you can't. Like, that's like, you were born with that, that gift, to be yourself. Like, that's one of those rights where it just, the rights you are entitled to, the right of being yourself. That's why you live in America. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of your thoughts, like freedom to chase your dreams. Mm-hmm. Like, all that stuff is all about freedom, man. So anybody trying to suppress your freedom, you shouldn't be there.
Avoid.
End it.
Avoid. You ready to get back to it?
Let's do it. Let's
do it.
It's like, don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. Everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. So don't listen to anyone because their experience is unique to who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they just projecting. They're putting things that they don't believe that they can do on you. And you may possibly do it. Like my uncle. Like, he was telling me, like, I'm never going to... My uncle said I never sell 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. So he was, I'm sure I'm his nephew. I know I don't think he meant any malice.
He wanted the best for you, but
he just was projecting his fears and things that, like, are you crazy? How are you going to do that? How?
I think that's a major point. Like, I think that's a nugget. That's one of those nuggets where it stops a lot of entrepreneurs in their tracks early on. You know, listening to negative, naysaying people. People who want to do what you're doing, but they were too scared to do it, or they seen somebody else fail at it, so they say, "Oh boy, you ain't gonna do that. You can't be as big as so and so. You are not that person." But in your mind, you're thinking, "I can do that. Like, what you talking about? Why can't I do that? Yeah, do you know who I am? Do you know my last name? Do you know what my first name is? Like, I can do that. God didn't give you that vision, but He gave me that vision. Yeah. Right. So if God gave me the vision, that's key too, man. Let me stop that real quick. Like that's probably one of the most important things people have to understand. Right. If God gives you a vision and says that you can do something, that means in some way, shape, or form you can do it. Right. Now, will you actually take action and get it done? Who knows? But if you're listening to negative, naysaying people are casting their fears on you, you'll never get it done. So rule number 1, like association is everything. Yes. Like put the right people around you. Put positive thinking people in your circle if you're ready to go chase your dreams. Like if you're ready to go chase financial freedom or build that business, you know, put positive people in your circle saying, yay, you can do it. Go, you can do it. Don't put people in your circle saying, oh man, boy, you know people tried that business? That don't work. Like, no, get rid of those people instantly. X them out of your life. X. Make sure you put the X emoji up. X.
Well, you know, some people, and I'll tell Adam, like, I've known a couple people like these, no names. I know y'all want the tea. But, but I told Adam a couple times, some people, it's not even that they don't think you can do it. They know they can't do it. So they don't want you to do it because they don't want you to surpass them in whatever lane or venture that y'all are currently in. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody tries to limit you, it may not necessarily be anything about you. It could be personal opinions on their side that's really stopping your blessings. I tell Adam this analogy all the time. It sounds really bad. Your best friends or your friends who you keep around is like a relationship. And I say, pretty much if you have a real friendship, your friendship stays to the line of you're pretty much married to them, excluding certain little things within marriage.
Having sex with them.
Yeah. So without that, like, you're in a relationship with them. So you're in a celibate relationship with your best friends. So I'm going to say, like, if they don't support you how your wife would support you, if they don't support you how your husband would support you, that ain't the right relationship to be in. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, keep the people around you, like he said, it's going to say, go, go, go. Because if you don't have those people around you, you probably won't succeed because they are going to bring you down. 100%.
100%, man. Some people spend more time with their friends than they do with their spouses. If those friends around you aren't rooting you on, aren't your biggest supporter like your spouse should be. Yeah. Like your spouse should be your biggest supporter, no matter how much we disagree. Like in public, like I'm her biggest supporter. Vice versa, and your friends should be the same way. Yeah. You shouldn't have negative, naysaying, hating friends. I feel passionate about that because there are people in circles where they suppress people who could be the next JayZ's or next 100%. Oprah's or next Beyonce. They suppress those people's dreams, and we don't need that around here.
And sometimes you hear it so much that you say it's not everyone, but it's usually like it. That's why the wealth stays in 1%. And I say that because the 99% of people, I think that probably 50% of the world could be truly successful, and I think 50% couldn't. I think half and half is pretty equal. But when you start bringing people around you who aren't on your level or who can't see visions that you can see, I think that's what suppresses that other 49%, and that's why only 1% has that, because a lot of people aren't willing to step away from people who aren't bettering them. Yeah. Like, they don't have the strength and the guts to get it.
Yeah, you said it too. Some people don't want to see you surpass them. Yeah. Like if you've been friends with somebody for 5 years, and they see you like starting to do something different, even though their friend told you can't do that. Yeah. But you start doing a little bit, and you start getting a little success. They thinking like, man, I'm gonna lose my friend. So I need every chance they get, they're gonna tell you can't do this. Yeah. You know why? Because misery loves company.
That's true.
Misery loves company. Like if I can't be the 1%, you can't be the 1% either. Like if I'm poor, I want you to be poor. We need to be poor together so we can both complain about being poor. Like both can say, "But we broke, man. Can't get no McDonald's today," or whatever the conversation is. Today. Like we gotta go get ramen today. Again, I used to eat ramen back in the day. I get it, man. Like we understand, man. Ramen's good. Shout out to ramen noodles.
He don't eat ramen noodles, y'all.
I used to eat ramen noodles.
He might have in college, but I'm not gonna even let this man stand on this camera right now and tell y'all that he eats ramen noodles.
I ate them too much back in college, so I definitely understand being broke. But I'm just saying again, misery loves company. So get those negative, naysaying, hating people out your circle. Get your can.
A word.
Get them squares up out your circle.
Get them squares up out your circle.
Come on, man.
What don't kill you gonna hurt? Is that the right word?
Rocco.
That's who it is?
Rocco voice.
I thought it was Future.
Come on, dog. Probably on the song together, but
I
think it was Rocco's song.
I just remember that from back at Platinum.
Just was about just surf.
Shout out to Platinum back in the day.
Platinum Lounge.
Okay, guys, let's see what he
Jump into the next part,
man.
Go to 3.
Spaces that affords me, the rooms I'm allowed to go in as myself. It deals for the most part with success. It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you die for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're going to change.
So we just talked about that, right? We just had that conversation. Then, wow, JayZ says it. But again, what he said is you're going to change. But the core principles and foundations in which you were, brought up upon, that'll never change. Like, I can never change, being born in Atlanta, Georgia, moving to Thomasville, Georgia when I was 5, being raised, by a single parent mother, only making about $20,000 a year. I can't change that stuff. I can't change, my country accent because I'm a down south Georgia boy. You feel me? And I don't want to change those things. Those things will always be within me. Yeah. So people, and my thing is, I never really care about what people said about me, honestly. That just never was a fear of mine. But I can see how once you start getting to the level of success that JayZ's gotten to, right? People start saying, oh man, you changed. You used to be on the block together, chilling, selling rocks. Like, I get it, bro. I can't do that no more if I want. I got kids. I got a wife. I can't be on the block selling rocks, man.
He didn't sell rocks, by the way.
JayZ said that.
He did.
JayZ said, yeah.
I just want to let people know.
Oh, yeah. No, I never sold rocks. I never had to sell rocks. I never had to sell. I should have been. Maybe I could have been. No, I'm just playing. We definitely was poor enough. I could have definitely, if decisions would have been made differently, and my mom hadn't to move, to Thomasville, Georgia with her mother, my grandmother, in a rural town, would have stayed in the Atlanta area. I mean, who knows what the path would have been? Who knows? I could have been, the nigga rapper, I could have been your favorite rapper.
He think he a rapper sometimes. And my son think he a rapper too, probably get from his dad.
You never know, man. You just never know. That's kind of what I'm saying, though. What are your thoughts on that? Changing and moving?
So, changing and moving. So, I think that's kind of like where we differ, but we're pretty much, we're a lot alike. But, we do have our differences. And I think one of those is people's opinions. Now, let's set this straight. I do not care if someone does not care for me. That don't hurt my feelings. But if people think that my character is bad, or if somebody says something negative on my name, that bothers me. Like, I tell Adam all the time, your name is all you have. You're like, if people are talking down on that bothers me. So I think that would be like kind of where we differ. Like, you could say whatever you want to about Adam, and he gonna be like, okay. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, why would they think that? Why would they say that? Like, no, that's not me. But JayZ will tell you, like, it's not you that's changing. It's the people around you changing. You're going to have to know that if you're trying to be in a certain light, or if you're trying to if you're trying to reach a certain level of success, that's going to come. That's going to happen. People are going to change. People are going to say bad things about you every now and then because, it's the world of social media. Everybody got a comment. What they call Twitter fingers. That's what they call them. Everybody got Twitter fingers. But I'll tell you, I guess you need to become more, I don't want to say comfortable. You need to become more sure of yourself, though. I'm trying to think of what word I would say.
Confidence, man. Be confident.
You need to become more confident, and don't let people's opinions and naysayers and outsiders determine who you are, or bring you down, or stop you from getting to the level of success that you need to get to because of the words that they're using against you.
Listen, by the way, I've never met one soul who does not like Amber. Like, I haven't. No matter what she says. Probably because she cares so much about her, what people are saying about her. And so when she talks to people, she always comes forth with love and a spirit of helping them. But me, on the other end, same thing. My love is a little different.
People love him too.
They do. But I express my love differently. Sometimes it's tough love. And tough love means sometimes cutting you off.
And he will.
Man. I'm trying to get somewhere. Because, again, sometimes people come from areas and circles where their association, their friends, are kind of like a ball and chain on their ankles. And you can never, grow to the heights that you want to with a ball and chain hanging off your ankle. Yeah. You got to cut it off, man, just so you can get to that next level, that next plateau.
And I have a little story time for you guys. So I'm going to use this well, it's not really an analogy. This is a true story. So I'm going to tell you guys an example of ball and chain. We went to Stone Mountain together one day, me and him. And I am very scared of heights. If you guys didn't know, I had told him, and I don't think he really believed me. And we start going up the Stone Mountain, and we're hiking in between the trees. Everything's okay. Like, I'm fine. I had tunnel vision. I couldn't see the outside. But as soon as we walked up the mountain where it opened up and it got really steep, if you've been to Stone Mountain where the rails are, I lost it. Yeah. I went crazy. And Adam was like, no, Amber, you got to get up here. You got to get up here. Because, again, number one supporter. He's like, come on. So I put my gospel in because at this point I'm crying. I'm scared. And I'm holding on to his arm and, like, taking these little baby steps. And he was running up the mountain, by the way. I have slowed this man down probably an hour because of me holding on to his arm. And I'm like, when we get to the top, I was like, oh my God, this is what people talk about when they say literally some of your closest people can be the ones to bring you down and hold you down. Yeah. Literally. Now, luckily, I'm his wife, so he didn't leave me, but I definitely see how people can hold you down, the people who you care about so close to you because you don't want to leave them behind. I could see that.
Yeah, 100%, man. But her analogy is, it was a real life example of us going up a mountain. But in you guys' life, like, understand, you only got one life to live. Yeah. Like, I could have left her behind on that mountain, but it would have been fine because we just exercise on the mountain. But, like, in life, always be willing to, adjust accordingly, but never be afraid to cut off. Like, you can always adjust, but, scissor emoji. So.
Except for me.
No, never. We're on the same page, though. She's my biggest supporter. Why would I cut my biggest supporter off? That makes no sense.
And behind the camera, like, I just tell you guys random stuff about us because, like I told you, I want this to be an open channel. I want you guys to know me and Adam. Behind camera, I give it to Adam, y'all. Not meaning I don't be fighting him and beat him up. I couldn't. But I'm saying I give it to him. Like, I will go back and forth with Adam because I'm such a strong person and he's such a strong person. But at the end of the day, wherever the conversation ends and whatever decision is made, no matter how I feel about it or no matter how he feels about it, it will be supported 100% moving forward. Now, in front of you guys, we are in united front. But on the back end,
I mean, we're individuals, right? We're individuals. We have our own visions. We have our own, goals and dreams. Like I said, we have our own visions on how this family grows. Yeah. Like how we get to the next level. So, I mean, it takes communication, compromising with each other. But again, the most important thing is when we present ourselves as a united front. Yes. That comes down to family over everything. We have structure, we have a model.
And you have 100% support. And I think that's the biggest thing a lot of people don't have.
100% support. 100%. Like, nothing gets in the way of family. It's kind of my motto. We just always have the same principle mindset no matter how big we get. Like, we'll never change that solid core foundation. Correct. Like, family will always be everything. Kind of like what JayZ just said. Like, you will change as a person, right? But your foundations and your beliefs that you believe in, that'll never change. And that's where you start, though. You have to build on a solid foundation.
You have to create the foundation.
You got to create it. You got to create it. And I think we're creating something beautiful.
We are. I love you.
All right, what we got next?
Okay, guys. So that same video that we were just watching, I told you guys at the beginning of the video that it was featuring Will Smith. If people know, like, Will Smith is, like, amazing to me. Not in the sense of, like, oh, Will Smith. But no, like, daddy, like a daddy figure like Will Smith. He's so wise. I watch his stuff. And I actually got a chance to speak with him before flex time. And I was like, oh, my gosh, this is crazy. Because all it was knowledge. And all it was humility when speaking to him. So I really, really like Will Smith. And Adam found this little part to, like, bring him in.
Shout out to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. Yeah. One of the longest running shows on cable TV still.
And it's still, I was like, it's still on there.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man.
Let's get it.
It's a redemptive power that making a choice has, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like, it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff,
I realize that when to have the level of success
that I want to have. It's difficult to spread it out and do multiple things. It takes such a desperate, obsessive focus. You really got to focus with all of your fiber and all of your heart and all of your creativity.
What I tell y'all, every time he's out, it's just wise.
Young Willie, man, like Will Smith is definitely the GOAT in his own right.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of what he's done and the influence he's created and the things he's done. Definitely a guy anybody can learn from. Anybody. But Will Smith, he said, in the first he opened it out, said, man, it starts you making a choice though. It starts you making a choice and saying, hey, this is who I am. This is, what I'm going to do. And these are the people I'm going to do it with. But it starts with you, like, making a decision. And he said, once you make that decision, like, becoming obsessed with it. Oh, yeah. Like, having an obsessive focus is what he said. Like, having not having all your eggs in different baskets. Putting all your eggs in one basket, right? And having an obsessive focus on seeing that, go to fruition. Yeah. Like, that's it. Make the choice and say, I'm going to do this my way. And this is how I'm going to do it. This is what I want to do. And I'm going to go for it and go do it. It's simple. Like, I think people make life too hard.
Back to what you just said. Why would you say the decisions are the most important part of the journey? Like, the initial decisions.
That's what it starts at. Like, you making the choice is where it starts at. If you don't make the decision to start, like you said, you'll never begin. Because something will always happen. That's what the whole thing we talked about before was, don't say I'm going to start next year. Yeah. Or I'm going to start, 2 years from now, because you have babies, like you get married, like life changes. Now you have COVID-19 happens, and now you have like certain responsibilities that may, slow you down from starting. Yeah. But if you just start today, like you start now, put the plan in place now, make the decision, then again, become obsessed with that. Yeah. Like Think and Grow, the book called Think and Grow Rich talks about that. Like desiring something so much where you become obsessed with it. Like, it's nothing wrong with being obsessed. Like, it's good. If it's your goal, your dreams, your vision, you should be obsessed with your visions. Like, that's what you were born with. That's in your DNA. Become obsessive with your visions. And once that happens, nothing can stop you. Nothing in the world. Nobody can stop you. Like, only thing can stop you is literally death.
Or you. I'll tell you guys, with our dream that we're currently working on, there's so much back-end stuff that you guys just don't know. And I say that so much because you guys just really don't know. We don't work as hard as people in corporate America. I won't say that we don't. But I will say that every single day, besides our Sabbath day, we're working towards our dream. Every single day. Waking up at 2. Sometimes we wake up at 3. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes we sleep till 3. But waking up to between 2 and 3 a.m. and grinding towards our goals. Finishing everything that we have to do before really y'all wake up. So by the time y'all wake up, we chilling, but we're still grinding. We're still talking about our business. We're still putting in plans. We're still helping agents. There's so much stuff that we're still doing because we are obsessed with this. We are obsessed with reaching our end goal because our end goal is life-changing, generational changing, like everything. It's crazy, but you have to first start. You have to first see, like, find your goal, find your niche, and from there, start, do it. Don't stop. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody give you any negative naysay. They can't do it. If they can't do it, okay, cool. Find someone who can. And just have that mindset and get it.
I mean, at that point, to put a bow on everything we talked about, the most important part of this lesson is be authentically you. Yes. Like, be yourself. Like, nobody can be you but you. Nobody has your visions, your ideas, your dreams but you. Like, that's it. If you think you can do something, listen to me. If you think you can do it, that means you can do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can do it. That's it. But again, but you can't do it trying to be like somebody else. It's hard for you to beat somebody if you're doing exactly what they're doing. It's like bad strategy. Like, it's hard to go into a basketball game thinking you're going to beat the other team and you're going to do exactly what they're doing. That's just it. That's just it. Like, so be you, be yourself, and go chase it, man. And like Will Smith ended off with, make a choice and have an obsessive focus. Become obsessed with whatever that goal, whatever that dream is, and you just keep fighting, man.
If you're watching this video, if you stayed all the way to the end, you already know what you should do, but
if you don't know, now you know. Man, you ain't told you nothing yet. Listen, so man, again, if you're watching us, again, thank you for watching us. We're definitely humble. We're grateful. We know we're on a journey, and this journey ain't gonna end no time soon.
We got 49 subscribers. I'm excited about that, y'all.
We were very excited about that, but we need support. We need help. So the way you help us is by doing some simple things, right? If you're watching on Facebook, you give it a thumbs up. If you're, or no, actually, don't give it no thumbs up. She did a heart emoji. If you're watching on Facebook, you give us the red heart. If you're watching on Instagram, you double tap it, man. Give it the red heart again. If you're watching the whole thing on our YouTube channel, same thing. You want to like it, right? You want to make sure you subscribe to our channel. You leave a comment if you really, really love it. But the most important thing that you can do on each one of those platforms is to share it, right? Because when you wake up every morning and say, you know what? I don't need blessing, but I want to be a blessing to other people. You get in the mindset of sharing information.
Yeah.
Right. If something can help somebody else, hit the share button. Put it in a group chat. Drop it in your group. Do whatever you got to do to get the message out.
Yeah.
Because we're looking for dream-driven people who want to go out there and chase their dreams, reach financial freedom, and who want to do it their own way. Looking for those people, man.
Of course.
But yeah, I love it, man.
That's what it is, guys.
The Dior group is out. Appreciate y'all for watching again.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.